everyone, this is Billie. Welcome to Billie Holman Creations. Well, the last couple of days, first of all, I went off the beaten path. So, I went gathering again. And when I gather. So let me just tell you what I've got going on today. These boxes were from Temu, and I believe I got a dozen. And I can't even tell you the price. I have no idea, but I did get a dozen of these that were really, really cheap. Then I gathered, this is a big tray of what I thought was my steampunk stuff. It's not crazy. And I have some pieces that I have poured with polyurethane. And I was painting this box black, because this is what I've got so far. We'll work on these three, I think, as we go. Maybe start a new one. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm working with decoupage. Oh, I have to stand up. I can't see. There we are. I need to put an X down. But aren't those pretty? I've tried some different paints. And we'll get to those in just a second. Okay. That's the plan. That's what I've been playing with. So I just got some fresh rinse water from my brushes. And I was using this Deco paint. This is just a black. I tried one using a base coat of blue acrylic. Then I went over the acrylic with the laser gel, and then I had this beautiful color of metallics. Look at this. I did the other box with a woman on it with this. Oops, I get my, look at that. It needs stirring, but God, that's pretty. It's like my favorite color. Reminds me of denim. Okay, got a paper towel, and quickly, let's just finish the inside of this box, because I have the outside top is done. And I saved the parts in a little cup. So I'm basically using Mod Podge. And I've got this, what's it called? Super Gloss Brilliant Extreme. I thought about pouring resin. You know, if I wouldn't have used, what do I want to say? If I wouldn't have used paper that came clear to the edges, I would have possibly done a top coat with resin. And with me, and when I try UV, I think it would just peel off. Being a black background, or, well, it wouldn't be black, but still, it'd be maybe a bugger to cure. And once it did, you hit a corner and it would start to just peel up. I do want to do another box, but you know what I want to use? I want to use this laser gel. It's like a walnut stain, and it looks real pretty on the wood. So let me ditch this. And we'll get the top. And what I really want to do is look at these papers. These beautiful papers from Temu. Look at that. I want to do the brown one using this butterfly. Let me right side up for you. I'm not sure. But, and then there's a great owl. Look at that. That's so pretty. If I could find how to get this color blue, that would look pretty cool too. So with the train, we put the train going to the side a bit. And add this dude. Now I need to trim those edges. This gets really, really hard. I can't believe how hard this polyurethane resin sets up. I'm going to have to put a black on him. Oh, I should have left my brush out, eh? What else do I need to put a black on? I don't know if I should go metal or... Oh, I think I want to go metal. I've got some metal cogs and gears. So we'll throw a few of those on. You know what I was thinking with these fine lines or the detail or outline? It would be cool to use those dimensional. Is it dimensional paints? What's it called? Starts with a P. Heck, I don't remember. Well, let's go ahead and get this down. While it dries, we'll paint that, and then we'll take that and put it here. So I'm just gonna, let's see, ruler. Where'd that go? It was here. Buried. It's buried. Okay, these are like 4 3/4. Mod Podge. This is what's supposed to look like glass. This has 3 coats. You still see brush strokes, but because that's what you get with Mod Podge. So I was going to use my regular Mod Podge and do a couple of layers of that because just to glue it with, because that is, I have less than that, and I have a big old jug here. All right, this brush is what I was using. Just get a coat on here. You know, somewhere I have this really cool, what is it called? A folding bone? I don't know if it's right here where I can see it. Got a real junk drawer going on here. But I don't see it anywhere close. I gotta pick this up a little bit. I'm just gonna try to bray those down a little bit. Let it dry. I'm gonna snip this corner. This corner. Oh, goodness sakes. Oh my God, that's taking the paint off the... Shoot, it looks red. Ah! It took the ink off this brush. There, we'll let that set. Doing my roll brayer. That's pretty thick paper, actually. This card is. That feels good. All right. Could go over it right now. Pretty cool. Well, let's just do that. Might take a little longer to dry, but we'll do it anyway. But I want to cut this off. It's gonna drive me baddie. if I put 3 coats on, I'll go horizontally first. Okay, Bill, quit fiddling. That's going to dry. I'm going to go ahead and get back to the flat black. And I've got too much stuff over here. Paint this dude. So that's the gel. This gel looks like it's blue to me. I don't know if it'll show up. Blue's kind of hard on the camera to hold. These are all falling apart. But to me, it has a, where are we? It has a blue tint to it. Oh, I'm just going to get rid of that. Yuck. Ooh, what if I paint him blue? Or this color? I'm going to hold it against this one of these and see. Oh, let's try. If I don't like it, we can do black. Well, this is called ebony, but to me, like I said, it's got a blue to it. Give that a good stir. This looks really good with that metallic, too. I already have the one metallic, so let's figure out something different here. A different brush. It's just black. See how this holds. I know yeah, some people would gesso these first. You know, I might have to do that. I do have some black gesso. That's not going to work. I'd have to do that 8 times. So let me get that done and I'll come back. Okay, let's keep going. Oh, I missed a spot. Jeez. I just gessoed him. He's quite damp yet. Use this black gesso from, I got this from Amazon. I'll try to remember to get the link in for you. And there's a white spot right in there. I'm just going to take, oh goodness. Look at this. This is so, I had put gloves on using this because this stuff is very hard to get off your hands. Just going to grab a daub from there. I'll get it all over the place. Okay. Put that aside. Just gonna daub in this little corner here that I missed. There. Under his hat. Oh, and a cheek. Alright, that's where we'll leave that. Let me put him over here. So, I'm going to grab this piece. I should put a clean towel down. I always tear them in half, so here's a piece. And I've got this awesome board here. Just a really nice size cutting board. I should look this up online. Miss April gave it to me. Now I believe I just put this blade on. So I'm going to have to stand up. I'm going to go ahead and trim it. Just along the edge. Like so. Add a little paint to that. Or a marker. That was a nice cut. Oops. Alrighty. Oops. Let's get another coat on this real quick. My paintbrush isn't filthy. Well, look at that. I did cut the wood. Look. Let's see where I am on brushes here. Let's go with the black in it. Looks like I need to go to the kitchen. I'm just going to grab this black again. So that'll take a minute to dry, but I've got to fix that edge. Give it a swipe. Got a little carried away. I think the rest is okay. I think the rest is just fine. So let me grab the other brush. That was what was for paint. I have them in the same little bit of water. I should have them all. Have 2 separate cups of water. I thought about that earlier today. That looks pretty clean. So let's take this different Mod Podge Super Gloss Brilliant Extreme. I picked up the wrong brush. Let's give this a once over. It is quite shiny. I'm not doing thin coats, but they're not extremely thick either. Just in between. Try to keep a straight line going. Wash brushes in a moment. You can set aside this away. Comes with a ruler, magnetic. Pretty cool. All right, let's grab the wolf here. Now, he's all painted. I like the color. This is where I use the blue regular acrylic paint, and then did this Leisure gel on top and got this really nice effect. So to blend it in, I happen to have, well, these are these little metal pieces, right? So I had these. I thought, God, I had some bronze ones somewhere. And I looked in another spot, and lo and behold, I did find some, and we'll put it on the train. But these are what I was looking for. But I went ahead and painted this because I had actually this blue nail polish that's been sitting in my workspace for months. So I just went ahead and painted them. And we're going to put these in the corners. And I don't know if I should add something else to this. Do I need to paint a piece or grab a couple of gears? We could put a couple of gears where these circles are. Maybe 3. Well, there's one over there and there. That's a good possibility. So, glue. I'm going to use this one. I just have so much trouble getting glue out of this. I think we'll just go E1000 because if I make a mess, I can just peel it up. Now this is a fairly new one and it's oozing out. Get a blob in that, and I need a new stick. I'm going to smear a little bit. Oh, here's a piece of plastic right here. Oh, stay up there. All right, I'm just... That'll work, and I'll have to pick some of that out, but I don't mind that, doing that. That's... It just comes with the territory. Oh, I like that. Eh? Isn't that a pretty box? I'm trying to get some things ready for a sale. And, oh, wrong one. A friend of mine wants to do the show with me, and it's in June. There's a couple more before June. I don't know. Well, actually, no, I'd be busy 3 weekends in June if I did those. I'm not sure what I want to do yet, but I know I'm going to do Pride. So that's the plan. Let me get this done. I'll be right back. Well, I'll tell you what. I have my corners on. I think they're very pretty. I think I should leave them just as they are. I tried to add, you know, I took some pieces. I took some metal pieces and played around with them, except for the corners. They just did not work. I thought it was too much. I wish I had a resin top on these. You know, it could be done if I wasn't in such a hurry. Oh, that one's crooked. Anyway, that's where I'm at. And I have got the train parts drying. Here's some corners I just did some gesso on. So when I come back, I might have a few more boxes painted. We'll have to see. And I'll finish up the train. Okay? Be right back. Bye. Well, let's finish up this train, shall we? Okay, I did get some other boxes started. I'll show you towards the end, because I'm going to go ahead and finish this train. Pardon me, I have a tickle. So, we painted the blocks. We painted the box black. But now, I want to take what's black, all these pieces here, and I'm going to take this laser gel, which is, it says it's, you know, ebony black, but it's got that blue hue to it. And by adding that blue hue, it blends into the paper colors better. For instance, on this box, now I don't know if you can tell in the camera, but this one was painted the navy blue, and then I put the gel on top. So it did darken it up because of the black in it, but I still see that beautiful blue. And I want to see how this blue will fit on the black, or see what it looks like on the black. And of course, I just put my brush in the water, so let me get this daubed off a little bit. That was just the same black paint, or the black gel. And let's see how it's going to look. First of all, I'm going to put these brackets down. Now, these were just covered with gesso. I'm going to go ahead and put the gel on and see what that does. Well, it looks black, but it does give us a shine and maybe a hint of that blue. It's hard to tell. But no matter what, it's going to match, it's going to work, it's going to look great. And what I did do off a camera on the others is I did top coat with resin. I used 2 coats. I went over it with 2 coats of clear UV resin, and I used Let's Resin brand. So we're gonna, I can still see the bluish gray. It gives it more of a gray blue. It's quite pretty. let those dry. Let's see what I can do with this fella. Now I put a little bit on the bottom here just to see. And just going over it with this gel, I can see the blue hue. So we're going to go ahead. Maybe you can see it. But I'm just going to go ahead and go over this guy entirely here with that same gel. I like what it's doing. It's bringing more blue into the picture. I think you should be able to see that now. Ooh, especially his mustache. When I went over that, I could really see it. Get in your ears. Get under here. Just going to brush it around. And I like how that's looking. I really do like how that's looking. It's like a stain is what this is. I didn't try this color on the plain wood, and I should have, to see what it actually looks like just by itself. But this will be good. And I've got paint all over myself. I like it. So I am going to set that aside and go ahead and grab the train. And I'm going to go ahead and do all the outside of the box. And then I'll come back and we'll take a few more steps and be finished. Well, I've got that done, and I wanted to show you. Here's the black on black that I just did, and you can still see the bit of the blue, but it's not as obvious as painting over the dark navy blue. So we're going to let that dry, and the top of this is dry. So what I can do, I think, in a moment, is go ahead and start to glue these pieces on. We only had 3 triangles. Just put my finger in it. I don't have patience when it comes to things drying, I guess. Anyway, there's your corners. And he's pretty dry already. I'm going to go ahead and glue him in place. And then, when that's dry, I'll add a little resin. And I think I'll do that tomorrow because it's getting a bit late. So until then, I'll see you. Everything is glued down now and dry. The thing of it is when I was looking at this piece, I realized I had put my picture upside down. So I had to reconfigure positioning the hinges and this piece that opens. So needless to say, I have some holes I need to cover or fill, and I'm not sure what I will do about those. But anyway, okay. He's black. I should put a glove on. But I have this faded denim wax. It's a matte finished, and it's a blue to go over some of your steampunk pieces, or just to color anything really. I don't know. Maybe I should get a finger caught before this all oozes out. Oh, for heaven's sakes. Yes, Billy. Get one of those. You're going to need one. Well, where it is. I dropped that. Let me just put the lid on here. It was oozing out and falling off. I'm dropping things. More stuff on the floor. It's amazing what you find when you sweep. All right, let me just get 1 or 2 on here. I don't want my fingers all messy. I've had paint all over myself for several days. All right. I'm just going to get this off here. put it on this paper. And I'm just going to try to highlight this. It dries quickly. Got some in that groove. I don't want any in there. I'll have to pick that out anyway. Get this on. And I can rub it in with a makeup brush I've got here. Just bring out the top detail and make the colors look a little better. So I just have this brush. I'm going to try to smooth out some of the gloppy parts. That there, get around his glasses, his nose, maybe a little more on his mustache here. Oh, that's a little too much. His tie, collar. I think that's looking pretty good. I'm just going to massage this in or smooth it out a little bit. Yeah, let's get some in there. Let that dry, and it'll just take a moment, okay? And then we're going to resin the top of it. I need a pick because I just want to get that out. Maybe I won't. That's got glue all over it. I'll leave that as it is, eh? I like it. It adds to it. It's a different blue. It doesn't, you know, matchy, but we're okay with that. Okay, should I was thinking about this too. You know, the other corner pieces I just left. We can add a little bit on those, I think. They'll stick out more. And one more. We've got to get the top of his hat. This should be down. Oh, I'm wondering if I can, wonder if I put a bead of UV there and just hold that in place. Let's do that because I'm going to UV the top anyway. But that's got a gap in it. So let me find a, just get a micro brush, my little flashlight here. Some UV. See if I can't tighten that gap up. See it? It's quite big. If I could get some in there. Squeeze it. And I'm going to kind of pull this around. It's not a big glop. And let me just do that real quick. See if it helps. Should. Let's cross your fingers. Afraid to let go. Nope. I think I got this little flashlight on Amazon, actually. Well, You know, it is. It really helps. So I'll hold this a minute and come back to you when we're ready to resin.